Hi, how's it going?
He got you.
That guy's got a voice of radio.
Yes, he does.
I think this guy does not.
In Soviet country, comrade, truck drive you. We do not need to have driver license in Soviet Russia.
If you live to 16, you are good to drive.
You can drive with one beer in hand, one knee on steering wheel, third hand, AR-15 out window. This is how you pass driver's test in Soviet Russia.
Are you ready to bring the pain?
This summer.
Pain.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to yet another episode of the Camcast.
Woohoo!
Yay!
Indeed.
Insert random noise here.
Hey-oh.
There we go. There we go.
Yes. We are joined by almost everybody. Somebody couldn't join us, but again, it's not his weekend for visitation, so...
No.
You know who you are, damn it.
Yeah. Mom says you're late on the check.
Moment of silence for Weekend Pizza Dad.
Yes.
Is he coming back from Luftgekult?
He is back, apparently.
He's already back?
Yes.
He
So,
hath returned from the promised land, and he has goods.
He has goods.
He damn well better. Yeah.
I don't know what kind of goods he has. I'm just assuming he brought something.
That, I hope so.
Via, be it content or things to give us.
Material items?
Yeah, exactly. We would prefer material items, especially because Mom's mad that he's late on the check.
Yeah. She's getting real pissed about it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You can buy my love. It's okay.
Good to know. Good to know. Anyway.
Gav has no shame.
No.
I am Mike, dear leader, Doc Taste, man who's trying to herd these cats.
You're
And
doing a fantastic job of it.
Bless you.
Thank you. I'm joined, as always, by the one golf clapping, but not loud enough to hear, Gavin
So it's a-
Picar.
Wouldn't that be
Hey.
a proper golf clap? If it's a clap?
No,
That doesn't sound right in my headphones. I don't know what you're listening to.
Dude, it's... We see him doing stuff, but we don't know. It's not making any noise.
Well, let's not get bogged down with who made what noise.
That can go in a handful of directions, none of which are safe for work.
No. God, no.
Is any part of this safe for work?
I don't think so.
Speaking
Well,
of being
I didn't
not
see that
safe
tag
for
on
work,
the podcast.
Yeah, he's not safe for work, and he also brought cookies.
yeah, you damn right I did.
He is professor of the Ghetto Arts. Your, mine, and ours, Uncle Radical. It is Dave Raleigh.
Hey, what animal am I?
Last time I checked, you were the anonymous orangutan.
Oh, okay. Well, that was a step in the wrong direction from last week.
Well, whatever.
Yeah. Google fails to recognize him.
Yeah, even though he's logged in and everything.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah.
It's on multiple devices.
It's the
I
gift
thought
of
it was an Apple
anonymity.
thing, and then I logged in on my Samsung tablet and same shenanigans.
Maybe Google's gotten all of the information they need from you for now.
Yeah.
That actually might be.
Well, they have quite a bit of information then.
He's pretty sure Google has all the information it needs on him. He is our guest, Greg Troester.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, welcome. Thanks for wanting to come on.
Welcome to the chaos.
Yep. There you go.
I used to
enjoy
say
it.
welcome to the Thunderdome. I hope you brought a helmet, but somebody like you would probably be prepared with the helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Helmet-
usually it's in the trunk of my car, but it's not right now.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Typically always prepared.
Well,
Right on.
close enough. I mean, you're wearing a Sears Point jacket, so that's worth something.
It's so fancily embroidered.
Oh, yeah.
That's not for me.
That's good.
Yeah, that's quality.
Well, believe it or not, it was raining when I picked this up at Sears Point.
Ah.
Who knew? It rains there a lot.
Well, I never.
Which, of course, it's no longer known officially as Sears Point.
Of course
Nope.
not.
So this was like the last OGO quarter zip on the rack, period. So
Perfect.
that was pretty
Wow.
sweet. I think it
Nice.
was meant to be.
It was. It
Meant to be.
clearly was.
I like that you're actually using it instead of keeping it on like a coat rack in the garage next to the trophy case.
Oh,
where,
Lord,
like,
no.
The keys to a car you wish you'd ever sold are, that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
No, you got to wear the clothes.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
How else are you supposed to sucker people into coming out to the racetrack if you don't
Boom.
wear your stuff?
Exactly.
You got to show that the swag does something.
Mm-hmm.
Does stuff.
And
There it
speaking
is.
of swag,
We've got two things to cover as far as swag goes.
Yes.
We've got our sponsor,
Steady.
Steady Broke Clothing.
yep, it's Tuesday. I'm wearing my Tuesday shirt, my Broke AF shirt.
Very nice.
Yes, furnished by Steady Broke Clothing. Head over to steadybroke.com, put a bunch of stuff in your cart. The discount code CAMAUTO15 is still working.
Hell yeah.
Woot.
Yep.
15% off.
Yep.
Thank you, Tommy.
Yeah. So, and after you're done there, head over to camautomag.myshopify.com.
Boom, there you go. We've got shirts, we've got sweatshirts, we've got iPhone covers.
We got hats.
We got
We
hats.
do have hats now.
Waiting for my hat, Mike.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, shove, shove.
It'll get here. All right? The both of you, just calm down.
I'm a patient man. You know this.
I know. Anyway.
Gavin, on the other hand, I don't know. He's twitching over here. He's like one of those little angry chihuahuas. It's 50% tremble, 50% hate.
Yeah.
But mostly just cold all the time.
Mostly
Yes.
cold all the time.
Yes.
Cold and nervous,
Yeah.
mostly.
Oh my god. I love it.
But anyway, camonabag.myshopify.com or go to the website and click on the thing that says Cam Auto Swag. It'll take you right there. Yeah.
Yes, do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
There we go. Housekeeping done. And in record time.
I know, like we're like 4 minutes into this and we've already got this handled.
Right? This is great. Yep.
Big ups to Tommy for not dropping our sponsorship because we mentioned him 40 minutes into the podcast on a regular basis.
Or sometimes completely forget to mention him.
I'm assuming that's a post-edit thing you record in the backseat of your van on like
Every now and again.
like Wednesday afternoon at lunch. You're like, by the way, head on over to steadybroke.com.
Yeah,
It's
every
like an
now.
audio watermark or something.
Yeah,
Just continuing over the entire podcast.
just like
I love it.
just like a mixtape. Every now and again, you just hear.
Steady bro.
Yeah.
By the way, if you decide to do that on any other audio recordings, I want 5%.
5. Don't sell yourself short, Dave.
Oh, I'm keeping margins for the homies.
Yeah.
Oh, word.
Got to leave some meat on the bone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can't take all the flavor.
Nope. Ah. Well,
God damn it.
Well, speaking of flavor, let's dive into this agenda. It is short but sweet, but that's okay because we got to ask Greg a bunch of things and stuff and hear some stories.
Tell ghost stories.
Yep. Let's just let this thing quickly devolve into us telling each other ghost stories and see how badly that can go.
Damn.
Anyway,
I mean, we can.
let's save that for when we get closer to Halloween.
Let's do that.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. I'm in.
Yeah. Anyway, so we have a few things we can talk about. We can talk about TV.
Yeah, what the hell's with this animated show business?
Okay, so there is going to be a Fast and the Furious animated show on Netflix.
This is the franchise that just won't die.
And this comes from Netflix and Universal have a deal in which Netflix gets like right of first refusal or the first look at anything animated that comes from an existing Universal property.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, that was smart of them to write in.
No kidding.
yeah. And so, and Netflix just, wants everything regardless of whether or not it's good.
I mean, it's. I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
They're the eBay of TV shows.
yeah.
Maybe I want the Chinese knockoff.
You'll get your Marvel show. It's not going to have a budget with it, but you'll get your Marvel show.
Man. Okay, well,
But
I'm okay with that.
yeah. So anyway, this is going to be following Tony Toretto, the cousin of Dom.
Oh, man, the animation's already killing me. I'm
Yeah.
hoping that's a screenshot.
It's something.
Pretty sweet.
So we don't know if it's going to be like they're going to use real cars or if it's going to be like the Grand Theft Auto style. It looks a lot like.
I hope so.
Yeah,
'Cause
but
that's
we can't.
amazing.
But we can't legally call it a whatever.
Right.
It looks like a Lamborghini Aventador, but in fact, it's
Yeah. Exactly.
insert name here.
This looks like some crazy hybrid of like a rally Porsche, and then there's a
Datsun. That has some Datsun.
That does have
esque
some
to that,
Datsun
This is-
right.
yeah.
The headlights.
yeah.
The
Yeah.
Datsun.
It's very weird.
It's like a Z Porsche,
Well,
Yeah.
and then the other car is like a new old Challenger, like a Hot Wheels
Yeah.
rebirth.
It's
Like,
it's
that-
very weird.
You feeling that?
Sure. It's
Okay.
kind of like Vin Diesel
Yeah.
and Archer
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
together
Yeah,
and
totally.
said, "Let's do this."
Holy shit! That is an episode I would watch.
Oh yes.
Because typical drunken Sterling Archer shenanigans meets
Yeah.
like Michael Bay blow him up infiltration
Meathead.
government
Yeah.
meathead Vin Diesel, like whoa, wow.
Something family, so on and so forth.
Take a shot every time Vin Diesel says family.
But then it'll get really weird. Like, you know that movie Dark Fury?
Yeah.
Chronicles of Riddick, the one
Oh,
Anna,
yeah,
the really
okay,
weird one.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that very well could be a storyline because all we have is a very basic framework. Like, there's really not much of a story. Like,
I mean, was there much of a story in anything after FNF3?
I mean,
Because I haven't
No.
watched anything after 3.
no.
Okay.
No.
But I mean, like, you usually have, like, this is literally somebody goes into a pitch meeting and they have a bunch of stuff, and then towards the bottom of the page, it's just, like, sentences, where it's just like, well, if we get down here, I'm going to have to riff on it. And one of them was an animated Fast and the Furious thing. And somebody was just like, yeah, so it's Dom Toretto's cousin, and him and his friends are going to be in some racing league that is the front, and they're going to be working for the government.
So this is literally one of those exact scenarios of that meme where the guy's like leaning on his arm in a meeting, and it's like, why don't we just do this? And he gets booted out the window.
But it actually worked this time.
Yeah,
But it
he
actually
doesn't-
worked.
Yeah, except he doesn't get booted out the window. Yeah, like he pitched this. It's just like, well, I got to stay here for, like, I need to get something out there.
Oh, man.
And some executive said yes.
Okay, well, let's be a little positive here. Maybe this is actually going to be decent.
Who knows?
I mean,
Maybe this is what it was supposed to be all along.
Yeah.
perhaps it has found its home.
Who knows?
After this long?
Well, I mean, it took Michael Bay to finish it off, so...
Well,
I'm just saying, when you have to bring out the big guns and all the C4 and the $2 million budget of things you want to blow up,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
shit's getting real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, I mean, really all we know is it's Fast and the Furious, Tony Toretto, quote-unquote elite racing league, and Netflix has ordered a season of it.
There you go.
We don't have a title. We don't have a release date. We have absolutely nothing. All we know,
You just know it's eventually gonna be a thing.
yes.
All right.
Yep, and it damn right it's going to be a thing because Netflix just will make a thing regardless of how good or bad it is.
I mean, I can't fault him for that.
No.
It's all about leveraging the exclusive content,
Yeah.
right?
Or,
Yeah.
That's the war.
or whatever.
Whatever.
You know. Something.
Oh, man.
Well, speaking of or something, Dodge gives the Grand Sport treatment to the Hellcat.
Yeah, so...
I'm kind of digging this.
Right?
Yeah.
So, like, it's not quite a demon, but, like, it looks like a demon, but it's
Yeah.
also not a Hellcat. But there is a bump in power. It's like 727, I think, is the output of this, whatever
Yeah.
this thing is.
Yeah, Gavin said a very confusing thing to me, and we both kind of looked at each other like,
Huh?
no. Yeah.
Start scratching our heads.
Yeah. That was like what was it? A Hellcat drag pack with demon parts.
That's so the title of this article is literally that.
Yeah.
Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat drag pack spied with demon parts.
And we both kind of looked at each other like, isn't
That's
that...
literally what a demon is.
Yeah, like, isn't that
So
a demon?
this is basically just a narrow-body demon on the Black Key.
Pretty
Not
much.
well, not on the black key though. How much does the black key unlock with the demon? It's
I
not
honestly have no idea.
'cause
I
on
was
the-
just being a smartass.
okay, because the normal Hell Kitty. Thanks, Dave.
So,
Yeah, you're welcome.
yeah.
Damn it.
So,
They're probably limited at like 455 something. I would imagine. I don't know. I've never
Okay.
been in one on the Black Key.
Sure.
yeah,
The
so-
only Hellcat I've ever been in was on the Red Key, and it was mental.
And that's
So
that's the only way to drive it.
I feel like they should have only offered one key.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
You don't need a valet mode on a car like that.
yes, you do.
Well, you do.
You're right. Unfortunately, as evidenced by how many of them that got totaled within 5 hours of leaving the dealership.
We've all seen little nanny cam videos of the valet dudes trying to do terrible things to cars.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is very true.
Well, there was it wasn't a Z06, but it was just a normal C7 Corvette Stingray, and like the guy like turned on the camera and the telemetry, and the kid just like had to go in like a parking garage.
Yeah.
And like he got up to like 55 miles an hour in a parking garage, and like he saw what RPM and he was in, what gear he was in, like all like the track like stuff.
The power of data.
Yep.
And he's like, "I want you fired."
Oh, excuse me.
well, all you have to do is ask for another one, but in yellow. Otherwise, this goes public.
Right.
It doesn't matter if Homeboy keeps his job or not. You just want another one.
So,
Thank you, America.
yeah. So all we know is what this thing looks like. It could get some stuff from the demon, like the trans brake, the air chiller, the Nitto drag radials.
I mean, and that's, truth be told, most of what really gets it off the line is just a low time anyway.
Yeah. So
The demon is not
extra
impressive
power.
from a roll.
No, God, no.
Oh,
No.
McLaren 720S runs away from it.
Yeah, they get
Yeah.
beat up by most mundane things.
Yeah.
It's how they leave. It's how that couch gets catapulted from nothing to 60.
Yeah,
That's what makes it so fast.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just the one random guy over here hoping that somebody buys a Demon and then puts a bunch of suspension upgrades on it.
And tires.
And tracks the damn thing.
Tires.
That's just what I want to see.
Well, who was it that bought one of those Hellcats and brought it out on the track?
Well, we know
Who was
Richard
that?
has one.
Yeah, Richard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
okay,
Yeah,
well, that's
Richard,
cool.
you know.
No.
Word.
So,
Yeah, I mean,
I'm glad people are doing that.
Yeah.
I know they were kind of
he
supposed
bring
to
it
be
out
like
yet?
the street beater.
I think he's brought it out once or twice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So,
I mean, you kind of gotta.
exactly.
You have to.
You know?
Yeah.
I feel like that's a car that isn't specifically supposed to go around corners, but I think by nature
Yeah.
of what you do with the skinny pedal, it just happens to go around them.
Yeah.
Maybe not in the direction you anticipated, but it
mean,
just goes around them.
It'll,
Rotation.
yeah.
It's all good.
It'll figure it out.
Hey guys, check it out. It's a Scandinavian flick. Now watch this shit. That's literally what the Dodge brothers had in mind. Guaranteed.
As it goes skittering across off of turn 1 all the way out to the tire wall. All those few hundred.
It's
Just
a long way. Yeah.
I love that there is like 20 feet of gravel trap right before that tire wall. It's like, if you've made it this far,
Come on.
I mean,
Cue the slow motion footage and hello darkness, my old friend.
Right?
Right into the tire.
Buried up to the doors.
record scratch, freeze frame. Bet you're wondering how I got here.
Rewind.
Oh man.
Yeah.
This is why we shouldn't be allowed or should be allowed with cameras.
I mean,
good on you,
whatever.
Mike.
And here at braking marker 4, where the instructor started to hold out his hand.
Right.
Braking marker 2, the hands were waving. Braking marker 1, the instructor was actually pulling the parking brake for me because I was still flat to the floor.
And all I could think of was, I am so glad I got that extra $9 insurance coverage.
Well, I'm just glad they got rid of that flatbed trailer that was out there, because that could have caused some serious on the other side of the Armco, there was a giant flatbed trailer that was used as a photo stand.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then like the plywood deck started rotting through like pretty much all of the photo stands out at the track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they finally got rid of it. So the Crows had to find a new place to hang out. But I mean, that's existence back there. If you're carrying enough force to make it out that far, I mean that
You got problems.
that could only complicate matters.
Right.
You know.
Just remember, kids, horsepower is how fast you hit the wall, torque is how far you move it.
Pretty much.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill!
Well, there we go. Well, speaking of things that are dying, the Ford is going to be killing, well, they might kill the Fiesta, the Focus, and the Fusion in North America as early as next year.
But I thought they already killed the Fiesta.
It's still hanging around.
Really?
Yeah.
So was
they
it
killed
just
off
the
the-
ST?
I think,
Yeah.
yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. So,
Okay, got it.
yeah. So,
I don't know why they're trying to kill off the Fusion. I swear, like, you park at a Walmart in South Jordan, and that's all that is in that parking lot.
well,
Did you and I have like a little like pep talk like before this? Because I've literally said this exact same thing to Mike off air.
well, it's,
No, we
Is
haven't.
there like a mind melt here?
well, no, it's, so, because everybody wants a CUV or an SUV, they're losing money on every Fiesta, Focus, and Fusion that they sell.
Oh,
That's the problem. Yeah, there was going to be an update for the Fusion, but they axed it because, you know, why bother investing in something that's costing you money every time?
that's ironic, because I think the Fusion won out over the Ford 500.
It did.
It did.
And
Yeah.
now the Fusion's dying, too.
Yeah.
It's like the 500 didn't work out. No, the Fusion didn't work out.
Granted, the Fusions lasted a lot longer than the 500.
That is very true.
That was
Yeah.
like
The 500 lasted like, what, 3 years?
not even. I don't think. I think it's like a year. or
It
two.
lived on as a Lincoln Mark S or some shit like that. That's it.
Wait,
Well,
wasn't it the Taurus? And they're like, no, we need to class it up, call it the 500. And then nobody bought that shit. They're like, it's the Taurus
That was my
again.
driver's ed car.
I actually think you might be right.
Yeah.
Taurus Challenge driving experience. Go ahead and pound a beer if you got it.
All right.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Join
for
the
real
party.
though,
Here we go.
anytime we say Taurus Challenge or driving experience, you take a drink.
all right, I'm in.
There we go. But yeah, so Ford's not super happy about that. And then on a bunch of different earnings calls, different investors and analysts have been getting very pissed off because the automakers love to just do things in secret. You know, like, I don't know, we can't tell you about what we're doing.
Right.
Yeah. And investors and analysts are getting really pissed about that because they'd really like to know about these 6 efficiency things that you're working on. Like, can you tell us about these efficiencies that you're trying to improve? Or, yeah.
Just don't tell them about test mode.
Yeah, there we go.
That's the usual solution.
Yeah. Yeah,
AW.
You know,
just give them enough information, not too much.
it makes me really glad that I sold my Ford stock a while ago.
Attaboy.
You know.
Yeah, this is... Yeah, I mean, they've somehow... Remember when GM was just doing terrible? And
Yeah.
And now GM is kind of eating Ford's lunch?
Oh, totally.
Yeah, like...
It's amazing what
Oh, I mean-
happens when people pay their taxes.
It's also amazing what happens when you stop making your own diesel engines and you contract with Isuzu.
Yeah.
And suddenly they're great again.
Oh!
And the Duramelt is no longer.
Aw.
I know.
But the Duramax is made by Isuzu.
Well, yeah, but they were not for a while.
Okay.
You can fact check me on that.
I probably will later.
Maybe not. I don't know. But
Look
there
it
is
up.
also that whole chipping it issue.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Listen,
you know.
let's not worry
So,
about
so does
free
this mean...
horsepower is never free.
Right.
Yeah.
No joke. So does this mean that instead of seeing all these little crappy cars, there's just going to be escapes and like
edges,
and the new thing they just came out with the little fancy
whatever.
side flip
Sure,
rear
whatever.
hatch.
What?
Hold up. I'm gonna...
Yeah, you look... Well,
Did I miss something?
I mean, I don't know what Dave is referring to, but most of the stuff that he said is, yeah, that's what it's looking like. We're going to be living in a post-apocalyptic hellscape of nothing but CUVs and SUVs.
I mean, the Mustang is still here.
Well, yeah, that's going to be around.
Yeah.
But,
That's not going anywhere.
yeah.
Anything
The
they can
Ford-
It's ugly as
turbocharge.
shit now, but
The
yeah.
Ford EcoSport. That's what they call it.
Ah. All right, let's get to the Google.
This does mean that Jeff's, Focus RS or ST is going to be worth a lot of money. It's a
Yeah.
good thing that he is really careful getting in and out of that car.
Yeah, that thing is very pristine.
It's a nifty
Yeah.
looking little thing.
It'd be Jeff up in the tower at UMC,
Yeah.
by the way, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Good guy. You should say
For
hi.
those playing at home.
I do.
Aha.
I do.
Well, I know
Yeah.
you know him.
Oh,
I know
yes.
you guys know him.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, no.
I know of him.
Yeah, everybody up in the tower is good people.
yeah.
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 So yeah, the new little Ford EcoSport. It's like
It's
probably only slightly larger, marginally larger than a Fiesta, but it's probably all-wheel drive.
Yeah.
And higher.
And yeah, ground clearance.
Yeah.
Because, roads.
Because you need that
Yeah.
rolling through
What
the suburbs.
is that?
Right?
Yeah,
That's-
right.
Did you see the face that I made?
It is. So it
Now
appears.
you get it.
That is quite odd.
It's
It-
quirky.
yeah,
It's
just-
like that little Nissan was the Nissan. It's smaller than the Rogue.
The Versa.
Yeah, the Versa.
Yeah.
The Versa
Juke.
and the
No,
Versa.
it's
no,
Juke.
It's the
Or the
Juke.
Juke.
The Juke.
There it is,
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
Juke. I
the
see
little
what you're getting at.
turbocharged unit.
Yeah.
Apparently, the Ford EcoSport has been built since 2003.
So,
I would rather have the EcoSport, though.
so I think we're fine.
It's a rebadged Juke.
Great.
Pretty much.
Let's
Wonderful.
go for that. Peel the stickers.
Just,
They'll
Oh,
say
and,
Tokyo
and
Radiator
apparently
on it.
they've been making this exact body style since 2012.
huh. All right.
Okay.
Sure.
Hey,
Whatever.
I mean, I'll never claim to be an aficionado of,
No.
American road cars.
No. There's
It's all good. Looks like the list
No
of
reason to be.
powertrain options, if we actually do get an EcoBoost, it's going to be a 1-liter 3-cylinder.
Oh, we're going to get the 1-liter EcoBoost. Hell yeah.
Because they've been talking about, well, they
Three-cylinder.
were talking about putting that in the Fiesta.
Yeah. Like
Well
that was,
then,
yeah.
seems like that's where they're getting it then.
awesome.
Interesting.
So, I mean, that's a quirky little something.
That's, yeah, it's something.
That is an ode back to the,
Yeah.
old Festivos, right?
Like
Aren't they
Festivas. No,
three-cylinder?
Festivas
yeah.
were a small
Are
4-cylinder.
they force?
Yeah.
Or are they like, okay.
But now that's like the old 3-cylinder. That's heralding back to like the Metro, the
Metro.
Swift,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the what's the other one?
All that crazy,
Oh, the Justy.
yeah.
Oh,
just-
yeah,
Like-
the
yes.
Sooty Justy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like Sir Stuckington's Flower Power. Justy.
Yes.
I've seen one Justy in my life.
Oh yeah.
Really cool. Really cool. Not gonna lie, I loved it.
They're
they're
actually
pretty-
really rad little cars.
Yeah.
They're pretty
I mean-
hilarious.
You have like the wheelbase of a go-kart.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
ground clearance.
Yeah. I'm going to try and find this, but there we go.
What's the
What is this?
SsangYong. They're
Yeah.
the Chinese knockoffs of the Australian
So,
Utes.
Yeah, so what happened in Australia is they stopped making the utes that we know and love. So now they have these weird, like, the Super Ute stuff is just like these weird, let me see if I can find a better video of it. But yeah, it's like these weird, like, small pickup trucks. And it's just hilarious to watch them do, like, really anything. Ah, damn it. Whatever. But, yeah, like, it's utterly comical to watch them because it's like small, like, Rangers and stuff.
On a racetrack.
Yeah, whereas it used to be, where it used to be just like these crazy, like, Falcon and Commodore Utes. Now it's these other things.
I'm okay with these other things. Like, I haven't seen them yet, but I already like it.
Yeah. Damn it, it's not on this one. Well, whatever. As I search for this, we'll jump into our last topic on the agenda. Gunther Steiner, the team boss at Haas F1, just has an axe to grind against IndyCar and its drivers.
Sounds like he just needs to shut up.
I don't understand what his fucking deal is. Like, he's just like... So, somebody asked him about, IndyCar. They went to, this year they've gone to the common aero kit between the Chevys and the Hondas, and overtaking is everywhere. And the drivers really have to, drive the cars because, they are very twitchy now. And Gunther Steiner was asked about that, and he said that, F1 shouldn't dumb down. They shouldn't go to a spec series. And I, for one, am like, but you could make it better. All the stuff that you've been trying in Formula One to improve the racing has not worked. Nobody can pass each other. The cars hate being in dirty air.
Right.
Like, the only time you get really good overtakes is when somebody's coming out of the pits. Like, that's really it. So,
which is terrible television.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not fun to watch.
No. So, I'm not going to find it. But, yeah, and this is after he said, we're an American F1 team. We would love to have an American driver. But there's just nobody ready or talented enough, or whatever the hell it was he said. And then literally every American IndyCar driver is like, oh, hi. But,
hey, what's up?
Hello.
Hi, right here. Graham Rahal, how you doing?
Yeah. Yeah.
I kind of know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And it makes absolutely no sense that he is just like this anti. Like, I don't understand what his deal is, and it just baffles me.
Well, you know what happened?
What?
Was, Danica Patrick had to go to NASCAR because that's what actually pays. So all
yeah.
good drivers go to NASCAR, so they
Yes.
get paid. I don't
There
know
we
if
go.
that's
Yeah.
I'll throw that out there as a reason.
You know what? That's not a bad idea.
I mean, it works for a couple of people. I mean, look at Jeff Gordon.
Yeah.
Gordon ran International Race of Champions a few times.
Yeah.
And placed.
Yeah.
If not won. I don't recall exactly what the outcome was, but I know the guy can turn left and right.
Yeah. So
there is
that's
that.
something. Come on, they do like 2 races a year where they turn left and right or something.
And do you know how many of those cars get wrecked in like the first 30 laps? It's so great.
Yeah.
yeah,
Comical amount.
it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
somebody's mad.
somebody doesn't also seem to understand that, like, he's saying, don't go to a spec series. He's kind of talking down on Dallara, the people who manufacture all the IndyCar chassis and the aero kits, not understanding that a fair 60% of the Haas F1 chassis is a Dallara chassis. Like,
Ouch.
I don't, like, he just can't get out of his own damn way. It's like,
And, you get so supportive of our American team.
yeah,
I had high hopes for him last season.
yeah.
But, they were like,
whatever.
Lower third, lower quarter of the pack.
They were
But
flailing about.
They were there.
Yeah, and this year they're doing remarkably well, despite the driver lineup that they're putting out there.
Yeah.
Like, you have 2 number 2 drivers,
Yeah.
one of whom constantly complains about things and actively sabotages his teammates.
I mean, he wouldn't be American if he didn't do that.
he's French.
Okay, well,
Like,
that
I don't-
definitely makes
double.
more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Double.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't quite understand why we're still... Why are we letting Romain Grosjean still drive at this level that he is? I mean, come on.
You got to give Force India a chance.
Yet another team that can't get out of their own way. But they got those fancy pink cars. Anyway, well, that's it for the agenda.
Wow, we've blasted through that hole in a record amount of time.
Yeah, I mean...
What was that, 20 minutes?
Something like that. Let's quick take a look. Yeah, about 20, 25 minutes.
Okay.
Not too bad.
Hey.
I'm not going to argue with it. You know.
Well, do we want to do story time first, or do we want to do questions?
Let's ask Greg some questions about some things.
You need to tell us about yourself, Greg.
Yeah,
you
Greg.
need to tell all the listeners at home a little bit about yourself.
Yeah,
Who
somebody
is you?
needs to hand me a cookie.
Oh, well,
What do you want? What do you want? A
That's an
cookie or something,
operation.
or like?
Yes, literally, I want a cookie.
got you, fam.
All right. Greg, who are you?
Take it away.
And how did we come to know each other?
Well, so we all tend to hang out at the racetrack a lot. So, I mean, I guess I'll go with the racetrack stuff, because my history at the racetrack starts when I was like 7, 8, 9 years old, when home track for Utahns was over in Las Vegas. So
Nice.
The dark times.
the dark times when, if you had a few porta potties, life was good. If you had running water, primo. So,
Dang, yo.
yeah, people take the facilities out here for granted. This is like primo.
Oh, yeah.
So, running around as a kid with my brothers, just getting into trouble, rolling around paddocks of like Willow Springs and LVMS, outside road course and inside road course.
Man,
so,
jealousy.
things like that. Towing out to California a lot, so I guess the racing thing's always been in my blood.
Yeah.
And, needless to say, when my brothers and I started to grow up and start to drive, and, Dad knew that we were definitely going to want to go racing.
Yeah.
So, he started out, my brother, in this 944S, Porsche 944S. He would find these seized engine cars, because people would always run low on oil. So, story in this car was, the owner would always take it to the dealership every time a light or something was on. And, she drove it to the dealership with the low oil pressure warning light on. And that was the end of that engine.
Well,
So, what can you do?
I mean, it's a good thing they drove it to the dealership.
Yeah,
I mean, that saved a lot of time,
yeah,
Yeah.
So,
No
they
beating around the bush on that one.
they rebuilt that engine, so that was the hand-me-down car for a while. So it was do DE, autocross first, then DE, figure out how to
Then-
drive this thing.
And then they let you loose on the track.
Yeah, and the rest is kind of history. So, I sold that car, bought a car up in Seattle, an 88 944. 'Cause that was the sweet high compression engine for
Hey.
the class.
There you go.
Nice.
That was
And that class being 944 spec, right?
944 spec.
Yep.
So, and that's just stock 944 chassis. You throw in some Coney, strut inserts, run up to 450-pound springs, 30-millimeter rear torsions, and keep it all stock and go racing. So,
Nice.
It is very interesting to watch.
yeah, I mean, it's kind of like driving a boat in comparison to, some other cars. 'Cause they're quote unquote light, right? But they're 2,600 pounds
Yeah.
on 225s.
Ooh.
So, but you're on 7.5-inch wheels, so it's a little, the tires kind of bulge a little bit.
Yeah.
But, they make you work for it. So it was a really good chassis to learn on, because, you can screw up and it'll tell you. It'll tell you, just go really slow.
Yeah.
So, as years went by, started racing. I'm now on race car number 3 and, instructing a lot with Porsche Club of America, with NASA Utah, doing some stuff with lapping days. We're coming back, by the way.
Good.
So, lapping days will be back. So stay tuned on that.
Good.
Yeah,
Good.
good group there.
Yeah.
So,
Right on.
yeah,
Yeah, man.
that's kind of that's the short story.
There we go.
Super cool.
Yeah.
So you've always kind of been around the Porsches then?
Yeah,
The weird Porsches, the
Yeah.
ones with the motors in the front.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the bastard child water pumpers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
Good stuff.
yep. Yeah, so much so that did the 6-hour enduro under
Yeah.
the banner of the brave little Troesters.
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was pretty awesome. So that was, Dad, of course, and
Yep.
older brother Blake. So
Yep.
3 of us, and the goal was to do it with 3 drivers, only 3 pit stops, and it almost worked out. Almost. So the rules changed so that the fuel tank in that pig is 21 gallons. So,
Yeah.
the 2016 rules were, you could fill it up, no limit. In 2017, they changed it so that you could put in 18 gallons or something.
That's weak.
And that was it. I mean,
That
those poor Miatas with only 10-gallon gas tanks, you had to, except for those were the cars to catch.
Yeah.
Or the
Yeah.
Miatas, because they could run the same size tires as the 944s, but they're 300 pounds lighter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, that was the plan. But due to that 3-gallon difference, that was the difference of one extra, gas pit stop and not. And then we also found out that the gas tank tends to pressurize if you run it for a long time. So we had a little fuel blowback, when filling during my stint. So I got to sit 5 minutes in the penalty box. So.
That's fun.
But I mean, it was a blast. Doing that 6-hour enduro.
Yeah.
If you haven't been out to it, you got to check it out.
Even
Yes.
as a spectator, it's
Oh,
incredible.
God,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
Watching the sunset.
Yeah.
and and driving at night
Oh,
is something else.
Unreal.
it is such a different. Like if you've only ever been to the track during the day, you need to go for the enduro because it is so very different. It is so very
As a spectator, as a photographer, as a driver,
yeah, like it is just
pit crew, it's different.
so completely different.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you better be on your game going up to the attitudes.
Oh,
Because the reflector
Yes.
tags lasted about an hour into the race is all. So there
Yeah,
were
no,
no
they were-
reflector tags.
yeah, no, they were not.
Yeah.
I'm shocked
That's
they even
rough.
tried to put them out.
Yeah.
That was
You got to give it a, good college try.
yeah.
Valiant effort.
So, yeah.
Ah. Oh well, I mean, a little too close to the sun.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
well.
I don't know. Hopefully we can go back again.
Yeah. Oh.
But, I think that, I don't think that Dad'll fit in the Miata. I barely fit. So,
I mean, yeah. And the Miata you speak of is Andy Munch's old Miata.
True.
Yep.
True. Yeah. Good car.
Yeah.
Good car.
Stylish car. Well, used to be.
Used to be. Used to be. Sorry, Andy. I couldn't take it. It was the drag from the vinyl. I promise.
Literally anything on those cars is going to cause drag. Like
This is true.
listening to Todd talk about driving Paul Mitchell and like during the enduro when they had to turn the headlights on. He's like,
Yeah.
that was a good like 3 or 4 miles an hour difference down the front straight
Yeah.
with just the headlights up.
Well, you
Yeah.
know what his strategy was? Turn them off.
Yeah.
Down the front straight.
Yep.
And then turn them on as you enter the braking zone.
Yep. And
Until
that
Hey,
did
if it-
not work out so well. That was
I think they made it through without penalty. But,
yeah. They
that
made
was
it through.
good.
They made it through without a penalty, but somebody talked to him.
Yeah.
Somebody had to have a
But-
long talk to him.
Come on, it's racing.
Listen,
Rules are meant to be pressed.
they found a gray area
Totally.
and they tried to run through it.
Yeah. I mean,
And
like
good.
Todd needs the help, but,
well, I mean, every little bit helps when you're talking about Paul Mitchell, the wonderful Miata that just seems to work,
yeah.
except when it blows a hub apart.
Yeah, that was a sad day.
That was so weird,
Yeah.
but oh well.
Well, which time?
Last month.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So the hub deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the only thing thing seems to destroy are the hubs.
Yeah. So thanks, Andy, for replacing all of those hubs before you sold me the car.
Good job.
That was a good selling point.
good guy, Andy.
It's funny what happens when you maintain them.
Yeah, right. Well, hey man, Paul just kind of works.
Oh no,
Listen.
it's true. I'm not knocking on Team Paul Mitchell.
I was about to say, how dare you?
I'm not. I'm not. I'm just showing appreciation.
Oh, yeah, that weird. God, that car is just. It's like the Bluesmobile. It just kind of does.
Yeah.
With no explanation. Just works.
Yeah.
Yep.
Something to do with the hairspray.
Something. Gotta be.
That's it.
Yep. Well, and then you've started a new endeavor.
I have.
Trackside Innovation.
Yeah.
Please inform us what that is, because I occasionally see it pop up in my newsfeed. You're talking about like custom ear molds for
Yeah.
radio communication. So please.
So, I guess in a phrase or in a sentence, Trackside Innovation is putting all of the stuff that I learn and come up with
Yeah.
into my way of communicating it.
All right.
Because, though I instruct for a lot of groups, drive with people, work with people, you're always catering your message depending on which group you're in, right? Which is, it's all good. You're supposed to. You should.
Yeah.
But then there's all the stuff that I come up with, or I work with people on, and that's my way of communicating it. So just want to help drivers out, and we'll see what it morphs into, because I guarantee it'll change. I think one of the questions that came across was, what's your vision for this thing in 10 years?
Yeah, that was from Jamie Moreno.
Yeah, and that I was legitimately thinking about that as I was heading out of the office today, and 10 years is a really long time.
Yeah,
I think
that was
in 6 months it will have changed for sure.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a good proof of concept on what actually helps people, or if people are interested or not. So it'll either, party on and it'll evolve, or, it might be that was pretty good.
Well,
and then it'll die.
Yeah.
So,
I think it's a very cool thing, because, a lot of people, they'll get like, oh, we got radios. Yeah, but you can't hear each other.
Right.
It's like, I got this data logging stuff. Yeah, but do you know even how to interpret the stuff that it's spitting out at you?
Right.
Yeah. So I think it's very cool that you have found this kind of obvious thing that people need help. I mean,
it literally comes from all the questions I find myself answering on, a day-to-day basis at the track and in between. It's, where do you find these, headphone earbud things? Why does it cost $50 for this foam tip garbage stuff? Because, how do you make it better?
Yeah.
So, and then you brought up data.
Yeah.
If you guys check out the site, I've got this thing called an Apex Pro. I didn't come up with it. I heard about it, learned about it. It's like, this looks good. Is there anyone in Utah that can show people this, teach them? No. All right, bring it in. I think it looks good.
Nice.
Because part of the challenge is, if you want to get time with someone that runs data to coach you, for good reason, it costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
Typically $500, and you spend the day with them.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to try it a different way, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I think that's very cool. Yeah, because a lot of people are, see a lot of posts talking about how people want to like get better and everything. It's like, well, what are you doing for data? And people are like, I have a GoPro.
Right.
Or
I take lap times.
Yeah.
Right? Which is good.
Yeah.
That's a great start.
Those give you a couple of ideas.
Yeah, but then there's other stuff. Like, I remember George Smith one day pulled me into his trailer and he showed me, his lap data stuff. And he's like, yeah, so here, like, you can see where it spikes here. That's, he's just showing me all this stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's why you're doing what you're doing with the Banana Mobile. And a lot of these other guys are just kind of struggling.
Right.
It's like they can put together the first couple of turns, but then after that, they're just flailing in the wind.
Just lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's,
a
very good thing. And hopefully, more people get on board with getting, just even some basic data stuff. Like, like a GoPro with the timestamp on there, so you can at least see, what you're doing, and, having it look down on you, not necessarily out of the car, so you can see what you're doing with your hands and everything.
Yeah. And, I would agree. The perspective that you want is in cockpit, view of the driver and the driver's field of vision.
Yeah.
Because then that gives you perspective.
Yeah.
Although I will say the camera on top of the, windshield gives you a way better perspective for, for showing video of entertainment value.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that probably helps with track placement, an idea of where you're actually at on the tarmac.
Well, and
it
turn
can.
In, too.
It can.
Yeah.
And
it
where
gets
you're
you
apexing.
You definitely get a wider peripheral view. But,
but
if given the choice, I'll always go with in cockpit.
Yeah.
Oh, totally.
Particularly if I'm coaching a driver in cockpit.
So are we talking like helmet cam, or are we talking something fixed mounted in the same area?
Like on a roll
fixed
cage,
mounted.
probably,
Yeah, fixed
right?
mounted.
Yep, fixed mounted, typically back on the the harness bar, the crossbar that goes through the middle of the main hoop.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Stick it to the ceiling with the mount. Yeah.
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 Or if you're like Chad Alders, put one down to the footwell so you can see your footwork.
Which is really actually useful.
So useful.
If you would have seen, if I had one of those for my first weekend in the Miata, you would have seen my right foot overlapping the gas and brake a whole lot.
Well,
and not the way I wanted it to. Right. So,
Well, it's a dainty pedal box,
It is. It is.
It was not.
It is.
Not meant for the likes of us, which is why I'm not in a Miata.
Yeah. I never considered myself to have big feet either. But, if it were me, I would not have put the widened gas pedal on.
Well,
so I'm modifying that.
There you go. Just gonna just sawzall down either side. There you go.
Probably, yeah, because
Yeah.
it's a good kit. It's a good add-on.
Yeah.
So shave it down a little bit.
Yeah, there you go.
Why not?
Get a little bit more real estate in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So now back to your cars. So you're in Andy's Miata.
I am.
Yeah, and then before that you had that black, gray, and white 944 that I do remember terrorizing part of the Spec Miata field at different points last year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was always mixing up with the
Yeah.
Spec Miatas because, they're so similar.
Yeah.
And I would have some power, but then they would, draw my car in really in the turns.
Yes.
So, and actually the reason why I was drawn towards Andy's car was I raced against that car a lot last season.
Yes, you did. Yeah, I remember, I can't remember which round it was, but it was just you and him just like trading back and forth.
Yeah, I think that was West Track.
Yeah, it was West.
Right?
Yeah, it was West Track, and I just remember I'm like, yeah, we're done shooting for the day. Let's see how this turns out.
Yeah, yeah, and it was like a lot of situations where it was car width and an inch.
Yep.
And Andy's the kind of guy that, as we got used to each other, we could share a corner anywhere, no matter what, under braking, side by side, inside, outside, didn't matter. So it was like, and that's the racing that I want.
Oh yeah.
So
That's the mark of proper professional drivers, I think.
I mean, yeah, like just the guys you want to be out there with,
right.
Oh, yeah.
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 So, yeah, I mean, you don't want to be out there with somebody who's just, going to do boneheaded things. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd prefer to buy tires than body panels.
Yes.
That's my theory.
That's true.
Yeah. You know.
So,
Yeah.
I think autocross guys say the same thing.
And then cue a dude just getting like a cone just lodged
Right.
through the bumper, not through like the air, just like through the middle of the bumper. It's
There's
like,
a story behind this.
I've seen countless pictures of Utah region SCCA cars that are missing panels because of cones.
yeah,
I believe it.
Yeah.
That's some entertaining stuff.
it is.
Used to, when I was autocrossing, we'd go to SCCA days and we would get in trouble because we would go out of the quote-unquote order of drivers because we'd be ready to roll again and they'd be out spraying their tires off with water.
Yeah,
What are you guys doing? Come on.
yeah, like
Your tires just got up to almost kind of sort of temperature.
like they got warm-ish.
Right.
You can still touch them.
Yeah, like
You can't beat the guys that have got the 90-foot enclosed trailer with 7 Miatas that all have tire blankets on them, and every ounce of data is being Bluetooth streamed to some idiot in a high tower with a giant laptop.
Isn't that kind of like the antithesis of autocrossing?
I mean,
Probably, but damn well people do it every weekend.
It's serious stuff.
Yeah.
It's serious stuff. And I will admit, I am not a good autocrosser.
no.
I am not.
I mean,
I wag the tail way too much.
but that's fun though.
It is fun.
Yeah.
It is fun.
I mean, I've been asked to not do that so much in an autocross before. This was years ago, but
Yeah.
That takes some doing.
I mean, I guess
Well,
I don't know. I was in a Corolla with a welded diff on slicks. I don't know.
Hey,
Yeah,
there
I
you
just
go.
happened to.
I remember like the one and only autocross thing I ever took photos at because after that they've been yelling at me. Yeah, they don't for
You
some.
tell.
The guys working the corners, most of them are cool. A lot of the drivers are cool, but it's just the dudes in the trailer, the dudes who are running the thing. They just don't seem to appreciate anybody new coming up and trying to offer them help in the form of coming out and taking pictures.
You jerk.
How dare I?
Right?
Fuck me for trying, right? God. But no, it was at the Maverick Center. I got there early enough, and at the drivers' meeting, they said very clearly, no drifting. If we catch you drifting, we will kick you out. And somebody's like, well, what do you mean drifting? Like, my car is set up to be kind of loose, so it's going to slide a little bit. And they're like, we'll know when you're drifting. It's like,
So drifting is now a subjective term? Like,
it's like porn. You'll know it when you see it, apparently. So,
Well, to be fair, the word
But what if that drift car sexually identifies as a Miata autocross car?
did you just assume my class of car?
Exactly.
but
But sir, that's not drifting because it's an autocross car.
I mean, I'm a street touring car in the body of a deep street prepared car.
I'll drink to that.
We really should. Anyway. Yeah, so you've been terrorizing spec Miatas in a 944 spec, and now you're going to be joining the fray in Andy's old car. We've learned that you're not very good at autocrossing. You are starting something that is going to hopefully help everybody who's driving out there and is willing to, sit down and listen.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Yeah, man.
Data acquisition and deciphering is huge.
Yeah. Or just being able to hear the people standing on the pit wall yelling at you. Either or.
Yeah.
That helps too.
Yeah.
That definitely does help.
And data aside, it's stuff like, so the headphone modification, just stuff like that.
Yeah.
And really where the company and the site got its name was most of the stuff we get figured out on the side of the track. You're in the situation. It's like, crap, what do we do about this?
We need to make this work right now.
Totally.
Yeah.
And
I feel like that's where the best ideas are brewed, though.
agreed. Totally. Yeah.
Necessity is the mother of invention.
So
Absolutely.
you're on it, man.
Yeah. So, 90% of us, I would say, we do it ourselves.
yeah.
And we're I would say all of us at that track are self-funded in one way or another.
Yeah.
So you got to figure it out. You're usually working on it, thrashing on it the week leading up to.
Yeah.
So, whatever I can do to help,
Yeah, man.
let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Gotta.
It's one of those things like a rising tide lifts all boats.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
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 Very cool.
Yeah, man. Well, because you're on and because you're a Porsche guy, as is your father and your brother, who, as it turns out, I worked with at Best Buy for a little bit.
No way.
Yeah, me and Trent, the guy who co-founded the site, we worked at the Best Buy in Murray with Blake for a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Small world.
Every time I see Blake, he's like, tell Trent hi, and then I never see Trent, so, but whatever.
That's cool.
Oh.
Small world.
Yeah. Real quick, what's with the McDonald's thing?
Okay, so...
Ooh, story time. All right.
Yeah, story time.
Okay, so real quick. So if you don't know, Blake's 944 is covered with McDonald's stuff, like the McDonald's logo, vinyl stickers of fries.
I would call it a livery. It's like
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
full on.
Yeah, like it. So what? Yeah,
Why?
yeah.
So if my dad ever gets his 996 cup out, you'll see that he has
Oh,
French
yeah.
fries on the sides
Yeah,
of his
yes,
car too.
he does.
now, which
Yeah.
is good because we've been hounding him for a long time. So the McDonald's thing came from our parents.
Okay.
So they're McDonald's franchisees.
Ah,
So
That makes sense.
Also, along with running around at desert racetracks, we would also be running around in the backs of McDonald's kitchens as children, washing dishes and things. So that was
all right.
Yeah, that's our background. So, both my parents, my older brother, they're McDonald's franchisees.
Well-
So naturally, you throw the fries on the car.
Everybody.
And after much discussion, we've all agreed that nothing quite looks quite as good as French fries on the side of the car.
Yeah.
You think about the Big Mac or McFlurry or Grimace.
No,
it's
but-
French fries.
Hold on.
French fries.
Grimace.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just throwing out characters there.
Why have-
they're all gone anyways. It's just Ronald.
Grimace lives on in the hearts of all of us. All right.
Same with the Hamburglar.
We're right. Yeah, we're all
Rip
we're all
Hamburglar.
old school. We're old school. This is before
He's still doing a 35er.
Yeah.
Stole a few too many cheeseburgers from that one guy.
Ah.
That one Ronnie down in Georgia.
Oh man.
Didn't take too kindly to it.
No.
That's what happens when you pull a gun on a guy in a McDonald's.
Grimace rolled on him.
Yeah.
Grimace took a deal. Set the Hamburglar upstate for a while.
Yep.
I heard that Birdie was the driver of the getaway car.
Has to be.
Yeah,
Gotta be.
Has to be.
Gotta be. But
that's the deal.
That's-
that's
Okay,
the deal.
well, that
That's
is a really
fantastic.
good reason.
Yeah.
that's fantastic. And now I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to keep calling Blake Mayor McCheese or if I'm going to call him
yeah.
Grimace.
I mean, Mayor McCheese sounds pretty damn cool, but
Yeah.
Grimace that's the new shit right there.
Either
Guys, 2018 is popping off real hot right now.
we've effectively renamed Todd Green's blue car. We're going to call it the Blue Devil.
All right. Yep.
And then, so now, next thing up is we got to pick a new nickname for Blake. Is he going to be Mayor McCheese or is he going to be Grimace?
Get back to us at mailbag@cameautomac.com.
Yeah. Drop your choice in the comments. Let us know.
Slide in our DMs.
We want to know. I am so curious to know what you people... Do you even know who Grimace or Mayor McCheese are?
There are a lot of you that listen to this podcast that are not even in the appropriate age group for that.
I
Yeah.
was just going to say that'll be a study of demographics.
It really will be.
Yeah.
It's a trap.
It's a tarp.
Oh,
Admiral
God.
Akbar. Says it's a tarp.
It's an elaborate ruse.
A ruse, you big dumb idiot!
Oh, God. Well, all right. And because we've had Greg on, and Greg is a Porsche guy, with the exception of the Miata right now, we asked the question that kind of came to me this morning as I was driving to work, as do most of the questions of the week.
It's a good question.
Yeah. So it was, what is your favorite Porsche that does not have the engine in the back? I.e., what is your favorite Porsche that is not a 911 or 12 or a 356? So let's see what the panel has to say about this, and then we'll run it off into the comments.
So, I mean, we're pretty sure that yours is a 944 at this point.
You know, I do love the 944.
Yeah.
But as we were talking before the show, I've always had just a love for the 968.
Okay.
You know, particularly the pro racing cars.
Oh, yeah.
We made 4 of those. One of which, if you go to paragon-products.com, so the owner of that, Jason Burkett, you'll see this awesome blue and white Mobil 1, 968 Cup car. That car is the bomb.
Okay.
So
nice.
I guess I think that would be my choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That's a solid choice.
For those of you who don't
damn.
know Porsche speak, 968. Oh man, that is a beautiful
that
car.
is
Yeah.
That's
Pretty
that's
cool.
That
choice.
is tasty.
Yeah.
You're welcome for the plug, by the way, Jason.
Yeah.
Love you guys. Good guys. Good
Yeah.
guys for all the
Paragon
water
products. Yeah.
Nice.
So that's a fancy 944.
Yeah, so I mean, so they up it to a 3-liter motor, 6-speed gearbox, and normally aspirated, they look a lot better than the normally aspirated 944s.
Sure.
So it's take the turbo body, upgrade it, give it a cool fin in the back, and yeah, I think they fixed some suspension geometry issues as well. So
Right on.
yeah,
As I also remember, they have some pretty bitchin' pop-ups, pop-up taillights or headlights.
Well, yeah.
well-
I will say if I could change one thing about that, I
Really?
would take away those pop-ups.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you do like
Flush-
that C5
flush
Corvette
mount.
treatment where people just like have the
Yeah.
solid?
I don't like that either. It's kind of
What would you do to that?
I don't know if there's a good fix that I
How
would
do
like.
you?
Just don't
once you-
turn on the headlights. Just leave them.
There you go.
Blink
there
them
you
out.
go.
Blink them out.
Yeah.
Aluminum plate. Do it. So
Beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, the
that-
968, that's just a good-looking car.
Yeah.
It's a car that not a lot of people think about
No.
in
No.
the Porsche world.
Yeah.
yeah, they're pretty rare.
They're pretty
Yeah.
obscure.
I think
Yeah.
they were.
I mean,
5 years of production. I think 89 or 90 to 94.
Something like that.
So-
Yeah,
Yeah,
they were
sounds
definitely
right.
a 90s Porsche. You can
Yeah.
really see it.
Yeah.
I,
Oh,
I
yeah.
bet most people, I mean, you look at a picture of that, and it's fairly unmistakably 90s Porsche.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, very cool.
But, you don't see any of those.
I saw one once. It was back when Johnny Beefs was still a place. Rip Johnny Beefs.
Rip.
And it was just parked.
Chicago Dag.
It was just parked out in front. It was black, and I'm like, ooh, what?
Oh, you saw a black one? Because I've only ever seen one in person, and it was a white one in Sugar House.
Yeah, this was a black one down here in Midvale, and I'm like, okay, sure.
I know of one.
Oh, do you?
I know the owner of one. He has a 996 turbo as
Okay.
well,
Uh-huh.
but he has a 968 in red.
Ooh,
Sounds like we need to find all these people.
yeah.
We need to have ourselves a little 968 get together
Rich,
with
get
our
at
boy
me.
Greg here.
968 owners and wannabe owners.
Exactly.
Yes. Club drive.
Perfect.
Let's do it.
Perfect. I love it. Yeah, man.
Solid.
All right, well, Dave, Gavin, either one of you.
Take it away, Dave.
I was going to say 914, but
Good choice as well.
Yeah, that's
and I specifically like the 914-6.
Oh yeah.
I mean, who doesn't?
Gotta.
Right?
Gotta.
But really, my answer is the car that saved Porsche in North America.
I know where you're getting at now.
Which, not a 968, it's a 986.
Yep.
The Boxster.
Yeah.
Are you
Nice.
so when you are you talking about like the OG, the actual 986?
I'm talking the legit OG 986.
You,
All right.
you-
Yeah.
that's your favorite mid-engine or non-rear engine Porsche?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll
But
go
with a
with
hard
that.
top, right?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
Of course. Hard top, give it the spec 986 treatment.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
let it eat. I want to have all those, 993 goodies that they put on those?
Yeah.
I think, they'll let you run a
996.
Yeah.
So you put
996, sorry.
Yeah.
It was the 996, you could do the GT3 front fascia, you could do a lot of their suspension upgrades.
Mhm.
but you got to keep the 2.5 in there, or the 2.7, depending on what year you get.
Yeah.
It was like a 2 horsepower difference in those motors. So
Yeah, that was a
Didn't
close
matter,
second to
but-
go into Spec Miata, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Get it
yeah.
for dirt cheap though, right?
Yeah.
yeah, looking at how cheap you can get an unmolested
Relative.
stock street car for.
Yeah.
I mean, and
Yeah.
then it's all weight reduction at that point.
Yeah,
You can take out so much guff
yeah.
in these cars and get them to a respectable weight, and they handle great. Like I don't know why people talk so much crap on the Boxster. They are a great handling car, and
They're horrendously slow.
they give me cheap options for big brake upgrades.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's true.
yeah. I like it.
There's my shot, Gav.
I mean, there's so many.
There's a lot.
There's
I
quite
mean, there's a couple.
Quite a few. I still salivate and dream, and hopefully
Cayenne
sometime,
GTS.
sometime this year. God
Con
damn it,
Turbo
Dave.
S.
Okay, I shit you not. You can buy a Cayenne GTS with a third pedal.
Yeah, I know.
That's the thing.
I'm very aware.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Not a lot
And
of
they're
people know
they're
that.
actually they're cool cars. Like I've driven a couple of GTSs with autos, but still they're fun for what they are.
You asked me a question.
And now we're not letting you answer.
No, you're not. Like,
Which
part
we
of
just
me
see the-
wants to say like Carrera GT because like
Ooh.
because
Yeah.
5.7 V10.
Hashtag Paul Walker.
Yeah,
Rip.
but now Paul Walker has ruined it. Well, not Paul, but his buddy.
Damn, can't even remember his name.
The guy who killed
Robbie
Paul Walker.
Robbie something.
Damn,
Roger.
Roger Votis.
Yeah.
Rodas. Yes. Every time I see the name, I'm like, that's him.
Yeah, that guy.
That one
Yeah.
guy that killed Paul Walker.
I mean,
Yeah.
don't give him
Damn.
all the credit because doctors were wrapping those things around poles
Yeah.
long before.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
It scared Walter Roll.
Can-
Someone who survived
It
the
scared
group.
Jeremy Clarkson.
Yeah.
He was like,
well,
you shouldn't drive this car.
well,
like,
Walter Roll, he won a World Rally Championship
for
in the
Audi,
group,
yeah.
in the Group B area where dudes were getting limbs ripped off.
oh yeah.
It was a horrific time.
So if something
Yeah.
scares him,
Yeah, he's like, no, we're done.
Yeah.
I'm good.
It's whatever gives your dear sweet old grandpappy them flashbacks about World War II, but in car form.
I killed Fitty Man.
Oh my God!
Yep.
Settle down, Cotton Hill. The Porsche, the Carrera GT is a vehicle that scares Cotton Hill,
Yes.
and that man drives a Cadillac.
Drives like an 89 DeVille.
It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest if it was a diesel.
Oh, God.
can I give a notable mentions?
Yes.
Honorable mentions as
Ooh,
well.
Yes.
Yeah,
Let me
like,
throw out
me too.
mine.
Okay.
And then...
Okay. Because
Yeah,
I
It sounds like everybody's got an
selfish.
honorable mention.
I have ideas.
I'm sorry, I don't want somebody's honorable mention stepping on my choice.
Well, I guess you
Bring a mic.
run the podcast.
Bring it.
So
yeah,
that's
this
fair.
is... Yeah. So, I wanted to say, I came in GT4,
God damn it.
Yep.
but no, I'm like that.
I already knew where that was going.
Well, I'm like, no, that's a good one.
I don't need an honorable
But
mention anymore.
here's the one thing that I always whenever I see one, I just, it always draws my attention, and it is the current Panamera.
Oh, the new Panamera.
The new facelifted one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you
Yeah.
that. I like
That
those.
and chalk gray is
Oh yeah,
prime.
yeah. It's a
I was following one the other day on the freeway, and I had to keep squinting, looking at it that's a really tall, fat 991.
I mean, they are getting big now.
Here?
They
Yeah.
are getting big, but
Yeah.
still.
Like the taillights, it screamed
Yeah.
991.
yeah,
and they finally got it right.
yeah. That's
I think so.
finally
Yeah,
got
the
it right.
the proportions were a little off on the original Panamera.
I thought they were very off.
I still I still like them. I think they're a somewhat attractive vehicle
Yeah.
for what it is.
yeah. That's one of those
It's a qualifier.
Yeah, for what it is. I
Yeah.
mean, it's
Bless
like
its heart.
it's like somebody saying, "Well, gee, I don't know, I'd take the Bronco over an Expedition." It's like, well, I mean, yeah, in a class of turds, that have 19 cup holders in seat 5, I get it. Yeah. So, but yeah, no, I think that the current gen Panamera,
yeah.
That's
definitely,
tasty.
definitely
Yeah.
nice.
Tasty.
Yeah, man. All right, honorable mentions.
Oh, my honorable mention is going to be GT4.
Yeah.
Of course,
Still-
it was.
I think that we can.
He had to step on that
Agreed.
bug.
I know. Really want to drive one really bad.
Yeah. We
Gonna
need
try to work for one
we
this
need-
year.
You'll like it.
we need Paul to come out We need Paul to come down from off the mountain and bring his to a NASA day because there is another blue Cayman that every time I see it, I'm like, that's not Paul.
Oh, is it like a younger looking guy? Like
I have never seen the guy who drives
Mike
it.
is his name. Mike Egan.
Yeah.
Good guy.
What color?
It's like a dark blue.
Awesome blue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know Steven Kiger? He also has one blue, like that dark blue. That deep
name
blue.
is familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good guy. I rode in his car actually going down Alpine Loop.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on.
Great car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
But no,
Yeah. I mean, so I drove with buddies,
mm-hmm.
and on the track, and it's, go baby, go.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, just even cruising around, taking it really easy.
Yeah. Like, I mean,
You're just having a blast.
yeah, like those, like the new Boxsters and everything that I see pop up.
I mean, those are engineered
Yeah.
to do that kind of fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll take an NA car
Yeah.
over the later turbo cars any day.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of talked about this last week. You know, the question was, you know, NA versus Boost, and I think we all kind of ended up coming down on like the side of NA because it's like this is.
No, actually, I actually never had an official answer, but I was erring on the side of turbocharging.
Well then.
I mean, turbocharging for kind of like daily use, but like for fun, just like ringing it out.
No,
Yeah.
I even came to the conclusion that because we live 5,000 feet above sea level,
yeah.
everything gets forced into action.
Well,
I mean, that's
fair.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
If we all lived in Southern California, you know, in the fields of wine.
I guess I'm just too used to, guys and gals coming out to the track in, 997 twin turbos and heroing it into Blackrock.
oh god.
You're so lucky that you have Please Save Me turned on.
I love how you called it that because it is PSM.
Yep.
That's funny.
Please Save Me.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
It's a technical explanation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I
See,
like it.
Porsche guys have senses of humor.
Yeah.
They're
this
not all
one does.
sticks in the mud.
Yeah.
So we got two P-car guys here that are an absolute riot in person. So
Yeah.
there we go.
All right, put it on the board.
It works.
There we
now,
go.
Now where's the rest of all you Mercedes guys?
Yeah.
All you freaking
I don't think they have
Hamilton-looking guys.
Well, come on.
I know who you're talking about.
Damn.
I know exactly who you're talking
Throwing so much shade, I'm mostly cloudy.
Wow.
God.
I think I might have lost a light bulb down here. Dear God.
Wow.
Damn.
Guys, is it starting to rain in here? What the shit?
Damn. All right. Well, alrighty. Let's hop on to the social media responses to our question of the week.
So I saw you posted in Drift, Utah.
Yes, I did.
Nobody cared.
I thought one person posted in there.
Oh, well, let me go back to it then.
Yeah, I thought somebody posted.
I saw you posted in Utah Association of Euros, and
It was
still nobody cared.
Aaron Brown got back to you.
Okay.
oh Biggie.
Yeah.
He
He tends to.
yes he does.
I mean, hi, Biggie.
yeah. What's up, Biggie? How's the
buddy.
Evo coming?
What it do, pimp? I
You know.
like your deuce.
Yeah, we all do. So his response. So we got a couple in there. Luke Dreyer said, whatever one Dave decides to do an LS swap in.
So the answer was all of the above.
Yep. And then Biggie said, best front engine Porsche ever. I'm going with the original Porsche Speedster, and it's a tractor.
Oh yeah,
Funny.
Yep.
Yeah, Porsche before, they were contracted to, save Germany.
Yeah.
Automotively speaking.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey,
first there was the people's car, and now we have the fancy people's car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Uncha.
We shall not be caught dead in the Beetle. No, we have fancy Beetle.
oh, amazing.
Now, to be fair, when we were at the Porsche factory years ago, they did have one of those tractors out there. So, I mean,
I imagine
they
it's the one
support
that
it.
was in that commercial that they recorded. I'm sure you know the one I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
like the old guy
Yep.
calls up and is
Yep.
like, "Yeah, I need my model 9 something something." And they're like, "Do you mean 911?" They're like, "No, this
No.
my tractor. It doesn't start." It's probably the same one. Let's be real. How many farmers are still using Porsche tractors? Let's be
Probably
be
the same
honest.
amount that are using Lamborghini.
There we go.
tractors.
Oh man, you know,
Yeah.
side note on the Lambo, what is it? Those the two old LM whatever.
L002.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
the two that are over here by that one
Yeah.
like abandoned looking house.
Yeah. over-
Yeah, That's sweet.
Yeah, that's pretty intense.
So a guy just happens to have two of them.
Yeah.
A blue one and a red one.
Yeah.
The old Lamborghini SUV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Just chilling.
And no yard to speak of.
Yeah.
It's just...
Priorities.
Yeah. Priorities.
I'm afraid to see what the inside of that house looks like.
I'm scared.
Probably looks like the wiring under the dash of those Lamborghinis.
Oh!
Oh, shit, son!
Savagery department, Dave speaking.
I'm sorry, I'm filling in for Randy this afternoon.
Well, there we go. Yeah, so Biggie suggested a tractor, which is, hey.
That's a very Biggie choice.
Yes, it is. Biggie's a fan of large lumbering implements.
That's not totally fair. Didn't he have a Yaris for a bit?
Does he still have the Yaris?
No, I think he finally sold the Yaris.
All right.
Okay.
And
That car was just for, I swear it was for comedic value.
It really was.
But I mean, the Yaris is a decent car.
Not bad.
I can't hate him.
No.
I'd never own one, but I wouldn't say no. Like, somebody handed me the keys to the Yaris and was like, don't blow it up. I'd have a good time.
It would be kind of a trick.
Mm.
Yeah. So anyway, threw this on the cam page. See, Trent Nathan Tanner said 928, obviously. Why? Because it has the best pop-up headlights ever installed on a car. And then,
I mean, yeah, that and a 928, or the 928 and the, what was the other one?
well, Dan threw out the
Opel GT.
Yep.
That's what it was.
Yep.
there it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was that. Let's see. Then Dan asked for clarification about what I meant by engine in the back.
You mean the back?
Come on.
And I asked the same question, although I did it privately,
Yeah.
which is why I ended up coming to the Boxster route.
Yeah. So, yeah, if I just meant behind you,
You would have just said behind you.
yeah,
That's fair.
yeah, in the
You're
back.
you're a man of specific words.
Yeah.
I admire that.
Yeah, like in the back is a very specific place,
Yeah, in the back. Like, if you're in the back, you're
In the way back.
not ahead of anyone.
Yeah. Like
So.
when you're doing something that's affront to known physics. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put all the way back there. Then make a turn. See what the hell happens. Let's see. So Brandon Kuhn said if the engine has to be in front of the driver, I've got a soft swap for the 944. But mid-engine is best engine, and that means 914 all day.
This
Yeah.
coming from a guy who owns a hardtop Carmen Ghia.
Yep.
Let that sink in a moment, folks.
Then your moment is up.
Okay.
Then, Dan Jelinski says 914.6 all day.
Mm-hmm.
Good choices.
Yes, proper
And then,
choices.
and then Gavin called him that guy. and, then,
I felt like being a dick to him.
and then just left him.
We have this jabbing thing back and forth. It's great.
Yep.
Love you, Dan.
Yeah, and then let's see. Joshua Sharp said 944 all day.
I mean, it seems to be the vehicle of choice.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the only vehicle that's not modern that people automatically think of when you say not a rear-engine Porsche.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's its only qualifying factor for being remembered. And I also want to throw out, it's odd to me that nobody said the 924.
Is that actually odd? Or
I love the core of it because it eventually became the 944,
But it's
let's be
their
honest,
problems.
924s, so
Okay, well, I
fun
just like
fact-
it because they have the same bell housing pattern as the Audi 10 and 20 valve 5 cylinders.
Well, it's
and you
because
can
it was
swap that.
It's because it had an Audi engine in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like,
Actually, all throughout, the 89 944s, they had a lot of Audi crossover parts. Or at least they were manufactured within Audi. So if you pull out, various drivetrain pieces, it'll have Porsche, Volkswagen, Audi. Typically Volkswagen, Audi.
oh, there we go.
So, other fun fact.
Uh-huh.
So the 944S is basically a 928 engine chopped in half.
Oh.
Let that sink
All
in for
right.
a second.
Well, that makes sense then.
Yeah, kind of, right? I mean, of course, it's not that simple, but yeah.
But,
Kind
Well,
of a fun
it's
fact.
just like saying the new TTRS has half of a Lambo V10, which, I mean, technically it does. But,
technically,
Yeah, I mean,
the head is the same.
yeah, exactly.
No, but literally, that's the setup.
Yeah.
So,
Hey,
there you go.
And if it works, it works.
Yeah.
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 So, yeah.
Mitch Allen commented.
This
Yeah.
was on Drift, Utah, actually.
Yeah, so he posted the current 911 RSR, the thing that is
Mid-engined, technically.
The
All
crankcase is in front of the rear axle centerline.
But it's still
Somehow.
But it's a 911 though.
But it's still technically a rear engine car. Like they still class it as a rear engine car.
Protest.
Yeah.
If it,
I'm protesting your choice there, Mitch. I'm sorry.
I'm not.
You wouldn't.
Shit's whack, fam.
Damn. All right.
I actually posted this in Motor United this week.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, you get some motards getting some answers?
What do those degenerates have to say?
Big shout out to MU. Still hate you guys for not picking the 037 Lancia over that other
I mean,
garbage.
that was your choice to leave.
I did put those words out there.
Yeah.
Tyler Tarbucks wrote in Cayman GT4.
Fair.
All
Valid.
right. Yeah.
And then he says, unless if you're counting mid-engine 2, in which I'll go 944 turbo.
Okay.
good
And
choice.
I'm glad that he specified
Yeah.
turbo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Connor Rowe, he said Carrera GT, definitely one of my top 5 supercars. It's not every day you get a racing engine shoehorned into a road legal vehicle.
Yeah.
Joe,
Sorry. Asterisk. Casket, not road going vehicle.
Yeah.
shit's fire, fam.
Hey guys, did you see a V10 swapped this Matchbox?
You have found
Have
the
we-
shepherd that's going to lead you into the great beyond. And it's made in Stuttgart.
Wow.
Rest in pepperonis, Paul.
That was 0
Rest in
to 100.
pepperonis.
0 to 100 real quick. Or 100 to 0 real quick, just like that car came into that tree, huh? Oh.
Oh, damn.
Oh, man.
Anyway,
it's overcast now. All the shade. Oh, damn it, we lost another light bulb.
God damn it.
So Joe Lackey wrote and said probably 968 for me since... Oh, he said for me since mid-engine Porsches are out. It's like, well, no.
Well, no, but I mean,
People don't read.
Damn it.
But then he corrected himself and said Carrera GT or 918, and then he said, fine, 918. Okay.
But
Okay.
he had the right answer first.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 968 is definitely a more original answer.
I mean, it's one a lot of people don't think of.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah. it's-
But that is it for Motor United.
Yeah, so I got a couple of responses on Instagram.
Cool.
Co-founder Trent, the shadowy billionaire from Sandy.
Trent from Sandy.
He said, Porsche 928 is flawed in so many regards, but the concept is awesome. And
Okay,
then,
so he's the only one so far, I think, to say that the 928, right?
no, Trent and Nathan Tanner.
Okay, got it.
So we got 2 for the 928.
Okay, both Trents.
Yep. And then Toby, he said, if mid-engine qualifies, the Cayman GT4 is the perfect blend of track weapon and usability without having your wallet destroyed. If we're talking front engine, it's the Macan S, GTS, or Turbo. You get Boxster S lap times with SUV sedan, practicality, luxury, and comfort.
That's a solid answer, and I like how he qualified it.
Yeah.
I'll give him that.
Yeah.
And you can duke it out with, that CX-5
Oh,
that's
yeah.
on the track.
Colton's wife's
Yeah.
CX-5.
God.
So, turns out I work with Kaylee. So, she spotted the NASA Utah sticker on my
Yeah.
laptop at work. She's like, oh, hey,
I know that.
I know this. And turns out Colton was racing her car.
Yep.
So, he said,
She knew that she was racing his car, right?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
did.
She knew
Yeah.
that? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so apparently, the story is, we threw some brakes on it, threw some suspension on it, and here we
Yeah.
go. Show people that we can work on
Anything.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
I think, now I will say, even though it was like a rolling chicane,
It was
you know,
insanity.
it actually looked pretty level, and to Colton's, credit, he was really good and predictable on the track. So,
Further proof that any car can be a race car
Yeah.
if you have the balls to race it.
That's
Sure.
That's
Yeah.
totally true.
Now, I ran this past Kara, my wife, and she shot me down.
Of course
Well-
he did.
So, but
Like most
Wise.
women likely would.
Well, And
You know.
then,
I did get, some feedback from the Intermountain Region Porsche Club of America.
okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What did
You
they
know,
say?
So we got George Dyer, who said a 1961 Porsche Standard 217 diesel tractor.
Attaboy.
Attaboy.
I like
man.
it.
Good man.
It said 61. It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hold on.
So that was the 1 comment and 2 likes of that one.
Perfect.
Utah Porsche Club gave some likes, but no comments. So
Well.
come on, guys, step it up.
Yeah.
This is our complaint with typically the European car community, because they'll just like stuff, but they won't participate.
They lurk a lot.
That's all right. We still like you Porsche guys.
We're trying
Just
to get
be a little
you
louder.
Yeah, but we really want to get you off the bench and into the game.
Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play.
So I guess I shouldn't feel that bad that
No.
the
No.
follower and like count, of Trackside Innovation's a little low.
Yeah, you
right?
know.
It's kind of
Yeah.
all right. There
We
go.
can help in that department.
So
I mean,
We're
we're
here.
gonna toss a hyperlink up on this.
Yeah.
You might get like 3 more views because of us.
Yeah, man.
Excellent. That's like a 300% improvement. So
There we
awesome,
go.
baby.
Yeah, man.
We got you.
We got you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's all I got for the Porsche groups that I
Okay,
threw
Right
to.
on.
Well,
Right on.
thanks for posting.
Yeah,
Thanks
yeah.
for sharing
Appreciate
that.
it.
That's
Yeah.
super cool. Anytime we can branch out.
Yeah.
So there we
Radical.
go. Yeah, man. Well, I think it is about time to wrap this thing up.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Maybe a bit of a short one this week.
it is going to be a bit of a short one. And speaking of short ones, so next week,
Yeah, we're going to start changing this up a little bit.
yes, Greg, you thought I was going someplace different. I like where your head's at.
I came prepared for anything.
As you should. As you should. But anyway,
Is that why there's a wetsuit on the couch upstairs?
I'll get
Well,
the
you know.
cornstarch.
I was
I'm
thinking
so
more along the
lost.
lines of slime from that Nickelodeon show, but
Oh,
Ah,
yeah.
Gack.
There we
That's
go.
what it is.
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
a throwback.
I'm in.
Anyway,
I don't even care. I'm in.
so next week we're going to be changing things up kind of quite considerably. So instead of recording on Tuesdays, we're going to be recording on Mondays now. And instead of giving you one rather lengthy episode, because I know some of you are only listening to parts of it, or you wish you had more time to listen to it. So what we're going to do is we're going to be giving you 2 1-hour-ish episodes a week.
Yes.
Yep, they're going to come out on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So
And so the one on Thursday, we're just going to be sprinkling in a little bit of whatever news we find the first half of the week.
Tuesday is going to be typically the news. Tuesday is going to
Okay.
be the news one, and then Thursday is going to be question of the week. We're going to have
Got it.
If we have a guest, we're just going to be sitting there hanging out, interviewing them.
So basically what we're doing now, but we're instead of posting the question of the week when we're recording, we're posting an actual podcast asking the question, among other things.
So you people actually have time to look at the question, think
Well-
about it, review it in your head, right?
Well, and we're getting a whole bunch of extra content as well.
Well, no, we're still only recording the one day, so it's going to be you have about the same amount of time to figure it out. But well, it's just I don't want to try to do like multiple recording days a week, just because that gets kind of messy with everybody's schedule and everything.
Okay, that's fair.
So yeah, so instead of getting this one hour and a half, 2 hour long thing that is honestly kind of a slog sometimes, you're going to be getting 2 digestible 1 hour episodes twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
More engagement.
Yep.
Bring your egg timer, Gavin.
Yeah, it's in my car right now. I'll
Good.
go
Perfect.
get it.
Yeah.
Radical.
So yeah. So it's starting next week. So yeah, next Tuesday you'll be getting an episode.
Woot.
Yep.
So you guys,
Yeah.
either fortunately or unfortunately, whatever side of the fence you're on here, you get to hear more of us.
Yeah.
Yay.
Woot.
Indeed.
Tourist Challenge driving experience.
I'm empty.
Whatever.
Hand me a cookie. Yay.
Cookie you shall receive.
Starch me, bro.
Thank you. I'm carbon up.
Carb.
I got a hole that only carbs can fill right now.
That's your belly button.
Okay.
I have a
He
hunger that
responds.
only hands can satisfy.
He responds with a mouthful of cookie.
Challenge accepted.
Don't judge me.
I'm not judging. I'm supporting.
I'm talking to you.
They hate us because they ain't us.
Peanut butter jealous.
Uh,
I should have brought peanut butter cookies. I'm sorry.
That would've been
the
amazing.
pink sugar cookie.
there's nothing wrong with this, all right?
No, I'm not protesting.
Yeah, nobody is. Brought me oatmeal raisin, though. We'd have problems.
Oh, no. The oatmeal raisin goes to my dad.
There you go.
He guards that shit with his life.
That is such a dad cookie.
It really is.
Yeah.
It is the dad joke of cookies.
Like,
Now I feel a little self-conscious for being an oatmeal cookie fan.
I love
Where'd it
oatmeal
go?
cookies. I'm
I
not
mean-
hating it. I'm just saying.
like the only
Are you a dad?
I mean, no.
Pretty
but-
sure, he says doubtfully.
That I know of.
Dave skips town.
No, I pay my notes. I don't do what Pizza Dad does.
Send an IOU every other week.
Yeah, he's been at the store getting milk and cigarettes for the last 4 weeks.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It really has been. Which
Miss you, Dad.
is why we haven't talked F1 really. So
That makes sense.
yep,
We leave F1 to him because he's super excitable.
yeah,
He's the F1 guy
Yeah.
in the group.
yeah. He's running the. Oh, he's not running, but I mean he's very active in the Utah Formula One fan group. So
He might as well run the damn thing. Let's be honest.
no, Pumpkin's running it because Pumpkin keeps changing the banner photo.
Okay, well, Pumpkin's still awesome.
Yes, he is.
I do enjoy the rotating banner photo.
It's great, right?
It's a good feature.
Yeah,
It's nice.
yeah.
Keeps it fresh.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Sometimes you forget what page you're on.
whatever. What?
It's all good.
Yep. Anyway, so we plugged our sponsors. We've informed you of the format change that's coming your way next week.
You're going to get more of us whether you like it or not.
Yep. Let's see. Greg, do you have anything specific you want to plug besides what we've already gone over? Or, well, you know what? Just go over it all over again.
Plug it again.
Yeah, plug it.
I guess I'll throw it out there.
Yeah.
Check out the site, tracksideinnovation.com. I'm also on Instagram, Trackside Innovation. Facebook as well, Trackside Innovation.
You're a simple man.
So make sure you don't put the S on the end of that, because there is another site called Trackside Innovations.
This is just one
You know,
innovation.
This is one innovation.
Yep.
It's the concept of innovation.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
Check that out.
Yeah.
And for the Camcast listeners, I'll throw out a special.
Ooh.
So on the Apex Pro, cannot discount it. Will not, cannot do it. But I'll give you a free, suction cup arm mount.
Cool.
So if you hop onto
Hey.
tracksideinnovation.com/Apex, you can check out info on that device, see why I like it. I'll be posting up a kind of a training data digest video on that as well.
Yeah.
Ran first throw at that past some coworkers, and they tore it to shreds, which is excellent.
all right.
So I want to bring you guys good content.
Cool.
Yeah.
So anyways,
Very cool.
check out the store. So if you buy an Apex Pro, get the suction cup arm mount, throw it in the cart, enter the coupon code CAM, C-A-M, all lowercase, suction cup arm mount, free.
There we
So,
go.
That is super rad.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do what I
Guys.
can. Do what I can.
Yeah.
That is.
Well, we appreciate
Jump on
that.
that.
I'm sure everybody listening is going to appreciate that.
Yeah. And if you guys have questions, just email me, greg@tracksideinnovation.com. Happy to set some time up with you during NASA weekends.
Yeah.
We'll be out at the track this upcoming weekend, Saturday, with the IRPCA. So come out, hang out,
Nice.
see the stuff.
Yeah.
Super cool.
See the stuff. Pick his brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever is left of them.
Whatever. It's all.
Awesome.
It's all the rubber race gas McDonald's fumes. It's just taking it all away. It's just whatever. So
It's okay. As long as the chicken McNuggets don't start tasting like soft compound tires.
Yeah. That's a waste of a good chicken nugget.
Or
I
the
know,
other way
right?
around.
I mean, I'd be eating tires.
You
Yeah.
would?
Yep.
Dude, I would drift on super softs if I could get the smell of a McNugget in my car.
wow. All right.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Alrighty
support
then.
All right, tire engineers, figure it out.
Toyo, Michelin, Pirelli,
Goodyear.
Falcon, get on it.
Yeah.
Nexon, they need to make a comeback.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nexon, thank you.
Federal.
Sumitomo.
Were you at Zestino?
What?
They're too busy dealing with Fred.
Whatever the hell's going on with that.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, Greg, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Cool. Yeah, we appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
super
hope to
good
be
time.
back sometime.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, man.
We'll be looking for you every track event.
All right.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah,
Right on.
he's out there.
And you guys should too.
Yep.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, especially the NASA stuff. There is no more gate fee, so you can just roll on it. You sign the waiver, all you got to do, and then you just come in and watch.
Yeah, come hang out. The
Yeah.
track is way more accessible than you ever would think.
Yeah.
And the people are super nice.
Yeah.
So come out, talk to people, see what cars are out there. Yeah. Just
Yeah.
good group. Good group.
Yeah.
Join us.
Yes, we need to get more of these people out here.
Join us.
One of us.
One of us. What?
Okay.
Don't do that.
We'll start pounding on the desk when we get arms going.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes.
Yep. Well, thanks for joining us on this episode of the Camcast. We're going to link off to all of Greg's stuff and put the coupon code in the description of this episode.
Yes.
And until next week, I have been Mike.
I've been Gavin.
I've been Professor Dave.
All right, and now we do the fade-out thing where we just say random stuff while I slowly fade this thing out.
Have you guys noticed how absolutely horrendous looking Bentleys are in race form?
That's the updated version.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
That's the new gen.
Oh.